y'all, welcome to Back to Basics with Crystal. We're in the kitchen today because the holiday baking season has officially arrived. And to be quite honest with you, this is really and truly the only time of year besides birthdays that my family gets cakes and pies and cookies all month long. So I thought I'd pop in here and just share with you what we're baking today. We're using this. Today we're going to be making a bourbon chocolate chip pecan pie. Here's the ingredients. Okay y'all, so I just preheated the oven to 350, and in our big mixing bowl right here, I've already added in our melted butter, our eggs, our brown sugar, vanilla, and salt. So what we're going to add in next is our Caro syrup, or light corn syrup. And I'm doing this, I'm adding this to the measuring cup that I actually melted the butter in to help it kind of slide out a little bit better. Just a little trick, make life a little easier on you. Now we're going to scrape everything out, including any remnant of butter. And of course, now it's time for our bourbon. You can use any bourbon you like. Just make sure it's something that you're willing to drink. And we're just going to mix this up really, really good. Now, while we're mixing this, let me tell you, the very first time I ever had this pie was back in the mid-'80s. My dad was a salesman for, I can't remember if it was Eckridge or Owens at the time, the sausage company. And he drove one of those trucks, and he had customers all over the city of Houston. He went everywhere, and his customers really did love him and took care of him. They fed him well. Well, he was introduced to this pie, and he bought 2 of them for Christmas. Nobody had ever heard of, bourbon chocolate chip pecan pie. My grandfather was a big pecan pie guy. And so my dad bought these 2 pies and took them up to the farm up in East Texas for our Christmas. And everybody was like, I don't know about this. It's a little bit different. But my dad was like, y'all have to try this. And it's just something that stuck with me from a very young age. And so now I make it for my family. Okay, so we got this mixed up really well. Got everything incorporated. Try to break down as much of that brown sugar. You don't want chunks of brown sugar in your pie. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of toasted pecan pieces. These are just small pieces. You can chop them up finer if you like, but we're going to mix that in here. And let me show you what I've also already done to my pie crust. We've got a pre-made pie crust here, and I've got 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips that I've just laid down in the bottom of that. So we've got that going. We're going to mix this up well. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? So we're going to have pecans in the pie, and we're going to have pecans on top of the pie. Okay, it's mixed up really well. Didn't take too long. And we're going to bring over our pie crust. Let me see that. Let me adjust that for y'all. Okay, so this pie crust, I did pop it in the oven for about 15 minutes just to kind of pre-cook it a little bit, and it's cooled. And then we put 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Into that, we're going to just pour in our pecan pie mixture. This is a 9-inch pie crust here. I'm going to pour that in. Looks pretty, huh? And we're just going to decorate the top. this year the pecans were not very big. And I actually had heard a news story about the pecan shortage this year and how they were going to be more expensive and smaller because of Harvey and other weather elements. And I really, you know, I didn't pay much attention until I actually just went to the store to buy pecans, and was really shocked at the size of the pecans this year. Normally we'd have big giant pecans on top of here, but it just didn't happen this year. We're going to use about 3/4 of a cup of pecans on top. I'm just going to take this now, and my oven is nice and hot at 350. We're going to cook this for about 50 to 55 minutes in a 350-degree oven. I'm going to take this off and we'll be back. All right, y'all. I just pulled this beauty out of the oven. Now the hard part. We wait till it completely cools. It's going to be tough. Well, y'all, there's our pie, and I've already taken the first slice out. And let me get in here and show you guys the layers. At the very bottom, you see the chocolate layer, and then the center is that yummy and decadent pecan pie filling. And then we've got gorgeous toasted pecans on top. Now remember, I didn't toast the pecans that we put on top. I just toasted the pecans that I put in the pie. And let me show you guys. Now, I had actually made a cut of this and put some whipped topping on it. And you see somebody got into it. You see that? It's that irresistible. Seriously. That irresistible. All right, guys. I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. And don't forget to share it. And don't forget to subscribe. Until we talk again, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.